First of all, I want to congratulate Ohio State. Played an outstanding football game, especially J.T. Barrett. I thought he played very, very well, 100 yards plus rushing, 300 yards passing. And I thought their skill set, they played extremely well. So congratulate them. From our standpoint, I think the game, with 3.5 minutes or 4 minutes to go in the first half, they fumbled the kickoff return after we score. We got a chance. We go in for a touchdown, get a holding call. Makes it 28-14, but they take it off the board and we miss the field goal. So next play is a 79-yard touchdown. So it goes from 28-14 to 21 all, and all of a sudden momentum just flipped. I thought it was pretty equal back and forth. We got to try and counter that, which came out the second half. I thought we did. But the bottom line was, let's face it, the bottom line was that, we didn't stop them. We couldn't stop them. You got to evaluate that and say, was that physical sometimes? Yeah. Was that structural sometimes? Probably, yeah. And was that mental sometimes? Maybe we didn't get the correct adjustment or whatever the case was. So, have to play better in that area. Offensively, I thought we played pretty well, but 2 times on 4th down when we decided to go for it, which, I thought it would have been a long field goal. We didn't come away with production there. So when you look at those things, that would be the downfall in that area. But I think our guys kept playing. That was the most important thing to me, that we keep playing, we keep our MO. And, this is a game. It's disappointment. Had big hopes, and in this football game. Great stage, great environment, great fans, everything you want in a college football game. I thought it was a great game. But at the end of the day, we don't get what we wanted, and sometimes that's the way life is. So, we regroup, we move forward, and that's what we've always done. So I'll take questions.
Mark, after the holding penalty called back the touchdown, the cameras caught you kind of shaking your head there as if you kind of knew you guys had given away a great opportunity. What's going through your mind in a moment like that when you give away points? Could you see that turning?
Well, I saw, you mean when we missed the field goal or after the hold? Yeah. I don't know where the hold, I'm not, things are happening very fast out there, so I'm not sure. I didn't see the replay on the hold itself. But the bottom line is they called a hold, and we didn't get 7. And it backed us up, and we didn't overcome that. And then we missed the field goal, and then it was the next play. And then I forget really what happened. They got the ball to 50 and put number 9 in the slot. We didn't recognize it. Boom. We're in cover 1. Man with the middle of the field safety. Safety doesn't get over to go seam to seam. It's a touchdown. It's a great throw. Throw, catch, and receiver. Speed receiver. So, all of a sudden they're up by 7. And I think that was a big part of the game, but I think we came out and responded the second half. And, we're right there. But the 13-play drive, and I believe it's the third quarter, where it's 3rd and 23, and they hit the fade. I think Darian Hicks has him covered, has him cut off, the ball's thrown, over the back shoulder. Great catch by, I think it was Devin Smith. Great throw by Barrett. And, so they make the conversion. 3rd and 23, we're getting off the field, and, we're still, I think it's, I can't remember what the score was, but we're right there.
Mark Petner, as he talked about J.T. Barrett's accuracy being a bit of a surprise tonight. Anything else they did offensively that caught you off guard?
I think that, I'm not real sure because we haven't seen film, obviously, but I think we misadjusted on some formation things, because they ran the ball more effectively, and that's a positive for them. I don't want to, I'm not dissing them, but I thought they ran the ball more effectively with their tailback runs than we were expecting. We can credit their offensive line. We had 2 sacks, and, they kept them off of him. They play-actioned it and got the ball out pretty quick. Really, offensively, they didn't have any turnovers. They had a turnover on the punt, and they had a turnover on the kickoff return. So offensively, I thought they played extremely well. To credit them.
Mark,
good plan. Good plan by their coaches.
In the Big Ten championship game, there was a period in the third quarter where they had a similar momentum, and they seemed to be sort of rolling along, and then you guys had kind of a will about you to stop that. Is that something that this defense maybe doesn't quite have, the same thing with Oregon, or is it more just a difference of scheme and talent and situations?
I don't know about that. We played pretty well, and but we gave up too many explosive plays, too many big plays, and when that happens, it's tough to win, and those plays sometimes are made by inches. So, but that's the game we play, and but it's tough to evaluate all those things until I think you see the film and you study it and see what happened.
Mark, did Barrett play better than you expected, better than you had seen him on film at this point?
I thought he threw the ball with more. I thought his arm strength was very, very, very good out there. I thought he was very accurate. You look at, he throws the ball for 300 yards and rushes for 100 more. And, he played very, very well, completed the ball. And I think, again, their plan was good. They play-actioned us. And, when they pass sets, sometimes it was draws and things of that nature. And Elliott played very well as well. Early on, the big option play, goes out the gate, and that's uncharacteristic. And then they hit another one, too. So, yeah, Todd.
Yeah, Mark, what was the key to them getting to the edge and being able to use their speed on the edge?
Well, that's the thing that we got to evaluate, because for me, especially on the field, it's very hard to see, but there are certain things where they should not have gotten the edge. But I thought they cracked our safety some, our backers, and we didn't support off that crack, and they got the edge of the defense a couple times, but, probably have to watch and see. But they definitely outflanked us. One of the times I know was structural. We missed a tackle. Just had the defense rolled the other way. But, tough to say without the film. But good plan.
Mark, part of your big MO is how you respond to adversity, because
Yeah.
you always have to. This is your biggest of the season. You don't do it tonight at midnight, but how do you move forward now when you had so much to play for?
Well, it's human nature. It's a disappointment in your life. There are going to be a lot of disappointments in our lives. That's the thing that we talk about all the time. It's going to be how you respond to those disappointments. So, you're going to hang your head and go south. You're going to get up and you're going to play through it. You're going to get better because of it. And how do you handle yourself after a loss? It's very easy to coach, be the head coach up here after a win. Everybody's happy with you. But how you respond after the fact is to me, sometimes more important. How we grow on every experience is just as critical. And so that's what we look for. And that's our deal with our players. This is important. I don't want to say this is not important. Look at all the TV cameras and all the people. But this is a game, and as long as our players will play as hard as they can play and play with effort, we're going to deal with it. And I thought that they did that, and we kept playing through it. And even at the end of the game, we kept trying to push it. So, congratulate them, move on. Let's get things back in order here. And, we got Maryland next week. So can't feel sorry for ourselves. We go away, have a chance to play to try and get number 8.
Mark, you've talked all year about trying to keep the playoff talk away from your players, things like that. Do you think any of that outside stuff?
How to do it.
Yeah, right. But do you think any of the outside stuff affected them leading?
No,
into this
I
game?
don't. I mean, we've focused on this football game. You got Ohio State coming in here. We understand the ramifications of everything. Playing them, we've got a good football team. I knew that there would be a push from them based on last year, that they would be an emotional football team. So I knew there'd be a pushback. It was important that we be able to respond to that pushback and play through it and come out the other end and regain the momentum, basically. And I thought we did that at times. And again, I think the biggest turning point that's a 14-point swing in there. And really, if you want to look at it, that's might be even bigger swing than that. At the end of the half. I mean, 3 minutes to go in the half, we go in at 28-14. There's a different feel. There's a different, there's a little bit more like, okay, we got them. But they hit 2 big plays in that 3 minutes. And, so you deal with it.
Mark, you kind of alluded to it. Can you talk a little about what revenge, I guess, as a motivator can be for a team what happened in the Big Ten championship game last year?
I think everybody's always trying to measure up in football or any sport or anything that you do. They're trying to measure up, and sometimes measuring up creates that that drive. And I'm sure that was their MO. Just wanted to come in and play well and win, but that has nothing to do with us. That's them. Okay, how we respond to that and how we handle ourselves all has to do with us. And so, that's going to happen in every football game. That's coaching. That's psychology at its finest. That's team, all that kind of stuff. Team chemistry, all those different things. Team leadership. So, we lost in November. It's not fun. It's drive in November to a championship. That's not fun. It's disappointing. But you better you better get back to doing what you're supposed to do, and, better reaffirm yourself, and can't feel sorry for yourself. There's no question about that. You just have to keep pushing through.
Coach, you mentioned the likelihood that this ends your hopes for a college football playoff appearance. What do you think about?
No, I didn't mention that. I just sort of just making a joke.
Okay, well, all right. Well, what do you think about the way that the 14 playoff has made us look at these games every weekend and turning these types of games into potential elimination games? Is this good for college football? Do you think it's healthy? Have you enjoyed this stretch run?
I don't think that's any different than the BCS, to be honest with you. No difference. It's just that generates conversation. It's good for everybody. It generates conversation, gives you guys something to do during the week. And but the bottom line is if you win your conference, you win your division, you win your championship game in your conference, good things are going to happen for you. And, that's the way it happened last year. So you had a great season last year, and we're going to have a good season this year. Yeah, Tom.
Mark, now that you've played them, what is the biggest difference between this Ohio State team and the one that you beat last year in Indianapolis?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that without watching the film. I mean, both the one last year was a good football team, but we played better defensively. We didn't give up as many deep balls in that football game. I think the bottom line last year was the quarterback hurt us scrambling the football. He didn't really hurt us throwing the football. He hurt us scrambling and getting out, taking a bad play and making it a good one. And then Carlos Hyde hurt us, for a period of time, and then we were able to stop that. So in this situation tonight, we didn't get off the field, I don't think, in a 3-and-out, which is uncharacteristic. They controlled the ball. We did not win the possession time, which is a little bit even more misleading because there were some big plays there that didn't take long. We won the turnover battle, which is, I think we've won +2. We're 31-2 when we're +2. We didn't win today, so we're 31-3 now. So, those type of things. But it's a very good football team, but, that's all I can tell you.
Time for one more.
Very good? Yes. No, I think you play it out. Right now, the most important thing is that we have one loss in the Big Ten, and the important thing right now is don't get two, and that's what we can control. You're a one-loss team right now. Don't get two losses, and that starts tomorrow. So we'll regroup, and I think that should be what sports teaches you. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose, and we'll learn this side of the lesson right now. But not going to sit here and that's life. Not going to sit here and be depressed about it, So we'll move forward. Thank you, guys.